Welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at the line by line explanation of the third part of the chapter On the Face of It from class 12 English. If you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe. You can listen to the explanations of chapters from classes 10, 11 and 12 English. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. Let's move on to the video now. So Derry wanted to know what Mr. Lamb did all day, all through the day. Mr. Lamb, sit in the sun, read books. Ah, you thought it was an empty house, but inside it's full. Books and other things full. So immediately Mr. Lamb replied that he always sits in the sun. He likes to sit outside, spend time outside, and he also reads books. And he says that his house is full of books. Derry, but there aren't any curtains at the windows. And then the boy looked at the house and said that you have no curtains at all on the windows. Mr. Lamb, I am not fond of curtains, shutting things out, shutting things in. So he said that he does not like curtains and he does not like to cover up things. I like light and the darkness and the windows open to hear the wind. So he says that he likes to keep things open, he likes to have the light inside, and he also likes to see the darkness when it is night, and so he says he likes to keep the windows open to hear the wind and have the fresh air. Derry, yes, I like that. When it's raining, I like to hear it on the roof. So immediately Derry also said, even I like the sound of all that, even I like to hear the sound of the rain when it falls on the roof. Mr. Lamb, so you're not lost, are you? Not altogether. You do hear things, you listen. So Mr. Lamb was happy that the boy was not totally lost because of his burned face and all that. And he understood that the boy likes to listen to things. Derry, they talk about me downstairs when I'm not there. What will he do? What will he ever do? What will happen to him after we have gone? However will he get on in this world, looking like that, with that on his face? That's what they say. And then he started telling Mr. Lamb about what he hears his own people at home talking. So whenever he's not there, whenever he's upstairs, the other people at home keep talking about him. So they're all worried about the boy, and they always say that what is he going to do if they're all gone, and especially because of a face like that, how is he going to survive in this face, in this world with such a face? So he keeps listening to all this. He feels very sad, and he is narrating this to Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb, Lord, boy, you have got 2 arms, legs and eyes and ears, and you have got a tongue and a brain. So immediately Mr. Lamb tells him that, okay, all you have is a burned face. It's not only that, you have all other things with you. You have got your arms, your legs and eyes and ears, you have a tongue and a brain. So every other part of your body is intact. So what is your problem? Only you have a scar on your face, so that should not be a problem at all. You will get on the way you want like all the rest. And he is also telling him that like others, you can also come up in life by using all these. You have everything intact, and if you choose and set your mind to it, you could get on better than all the rest. And he also tells him that you can become better than the other people also if you use all these faculties properly, because you have everything intact. It's only that you have a part of your face burnt. Derry, how? So he wants to know how he can become better than others. Mr. Lamb, same as I do. Do you have any friends? So Mr. Lamb says that you look at me, see how I am living. I don't care about all the things. I am happy. I talk to everybody. So in that way, you should also be. So you will not be worried about this at all, and you will be able to become better than all others. So he keeps motivating and encouraging this boy. Derry, do you have any friends? Mr. Lamb says, I have hundreds of friends. But you live by yourself in that house. It's a big house too. So immediately Derry says, you are all alone and you live in this big house. Mr. Lamb, friends everywhere. People come in. Everybody knows me. The gates always open. So immediately Mr. Lamb says, see, I have a lot of friends. Not only here, I have everywhere. My friends are everywhere. They come in, they see me, People who know me come here, the gate is always open. They come and sit here and in front of the fire in the winter. So he says, every time people come here to see me. Kids come for the apples and pears and for toffee. I make toffee with honey. Anybody comes, so have you. So he says, even children come here to get the apples and pears, and he says he also makes toffees. So children come to take the toffees as well. So he is telling Derry, see, similarly you too have come here. So I have lots of people coming here, so I am not alone at all. Derry, but I am not a friend. So immediately Derry says, okay, you may have so many friends, but I am not your friend. I am coming here for the first time. Mr. Lamb, certainly you are. So far as I am concerned, what have you done to make me think you are not? So immediately Mr. Lamb says, yes, you are my friend. You didn't do anything to make me think that you are not my friend. So you are also one of my friends. Derry, you don't know me. You don't know where I came from and or even what my name is. So immediately Derry says that, see, you don't know who I am, you don't know my name, and you don't know where I come from. Then how can you call me as a friend? Mr. Lamb, why should that signify? Do I have to write all your particulars down and put them in a filing box before you can be a friend? And then Mr. Lamb asked Derry that, see, all those things are not necessary. Should I write down and keep that, okay, you are so and so, you come from here. Is that only then that I can be a friend? No, all that is not needed. I know you and you know me now. So now we are friends. Derry says, I suppose not. No. So he does not want to agree that they have become friends. Mr. Lamb, you could tell me your name if you choose and not if you don't. So he is telling, okay, then if you want to tell me your name, you can say. And if you don't want to tell me also, that is fine. So it's your wish whether you want to tell me your name or not. Derry, it's only Derek, but I hate that. So he says that his name is Derry, and he says that his name is Derek, and he says that he hates that name. Derry, if I am your friend, you don't have to be mine. I choose that. So he's saying that if I am your friend, you don't have to be mine. So you can also choose whether to be or not to be my friend. Mr. Lamb, certainly. Derry, I might never come here again. You might never see me again. Then I couldn't still be a friend. So his concern is all this. He's saying that this is the first time we are meeting and we don't know whether I will be able to come here again or see you again. So how can you say that we are going to be friends? Mr. Lamb, why not? How could I? You pass people in the street and you might even speak to them, but you never see them again. It doesn't mean they are friends. So the boy says, you may see many people every day and you might just meet them once and it doesn't require to talk also. Then how can you say that you're going to be friends? It doesn't mean once if you just meet that you're going to be friends forever. So this was the doubt in the boy's mind. Mr. Lamb, doesn't mean they're enemies either, does it? So he's saying, so if you meet them and talk to them or don't talk to them even once, it doesn't mean they're our enemies also. So he was trying to prove or make the boy think that what is the meaning of friendship. Derry, no, they're just nothing. People, that's all. So Derry says, okay, you don't have to call them as friends just because you met them once. You can just tell that they are only people. Mr. Lamb, people are never just nothing, never. So Mr. Lamb says, you cannot say that people are just people. They are more than that. Derry, there are some people I hate. So immediately Derry says, okay, I hate some people. Mr. Lamb, that would do you more harm than a bottle of acid. Acid only burns your face. So immediately Mr. Lamb is trying to change his idea, saying that, okay, if you hate some people, that is going to harm you more because it is going to be more harmful than a bottle of acid. See, acid can only burn your face. That is, acid can be harmful only externally. Derry, only? So he's asking, what is the meaning of only? Mr. Lamb, like a bomb only blew my leg. There's worse things can happen. So he's saying that, see how I lost my leg because of a bomb. There are worse things that can happen. You can burn yourself away inside. So he's saying that burning acid burns only outside, but then hatred will burn you from inside. After I'd come home, one person said, He'd have been better off stopping in there in the hospital. So Derry was again explaining about why he hates people, because he heard somebody say, see, look at his face, he should have better stayed in the hospital itself. He'd better off with other people like himself. So they were telling that it is better he be with people who are physically impaired in one way or the other. She thinks blind people only ought to be with other blind people and idiot boys with idiot boys. So the boy was feeling sad because somebody was talking like that, telling that he should be with people like him. So that is what is making him feel angry and hate people. So immediately Mr. Lamb asked, and people with no legs altogether? Then he asked, what should people do, those who don't have legs? How can they be with similar people? So Derry says that's right. That means that thought process is not correct according to Derry. Mr. Lamb, what kind of world would that be? So immediately Mr. Lamb asked, what kind of world that would be where all people with similar characteristics or features be together? That means all blind people or all people with no legs or hands or things like that. So how would that kind of a world be? Derry, at least there'd be nobody to stare at you because you weren't like them. So immediately Derry says that at least people will not stare at you because everybody has some kind of impairment. So it will not be so, there will not be a circumstance where you will be feeling embarrassed. Mr. Lamb, so you think you're just the same as all the other people with burnt faces just by what you look like? So immediately Mr. Lamb is asking the boy, so you think you will be happy with people who are having burnt faces? So you want to be together with them? Everything's different, everything's the same, but everything is different itself. So he's trying to say that what you think is not right, everything is the same. So he says that because the boy is thinking just like others, he wanted him to distract him from that kind of thought. So that is why he's saying everything's the same but everything is different. Derry, how do you make all that out? So Derry was slowly getting attracted to Mr. Lamb, the way he was talking and all that. So he's asking, how do you make all that out? How do you understand all that? Immediately Mr. Lamb says, by watching, by listening and thinking. So I keep watching at things, I listen a lot and I even think a lot. So all these makes me understand so many things around me. Derry, I'd like a place like this, a garden. I'd like a house with no curtains. So immediately he says, I like a place like this. Your place is very beautiful here and this garden also is beautiful. So even I like to have a house with no curtains. So Mr. Lamb immediately says, the gates always open. That means you can come here anytime. But this isn't mine. So the boy says, but this is not my house. Everything is yours if you want. What's mine is anybody's. So immediately Mr. Lamb says, see, if you want anything, you can take it. So whatever I have is yours also. So Mr. Lamb is a man who likes to share his things with everybody, who likes to be with people all the time and also make everyone happy. So I could come here again, even if you are out, I could come here. So immediately Derry wanted to know if he could come here any time, even if Mr. Lamb was not there. Certainly, you might find others here, of course. So he says, yes, you can come here anytime, but you may find a lot of people here. Derry, oh, Mr. Lamb, well, that needn't stop you. You needn't mind. So Mr. Lamb says, but don't bother. You can come here anytime. Derry, it would stop them. They'd mind me. So immediately the boy says, see, I don't care, but other people who are here, they would not like to see me because of my face. When they look at me, they look at my face and run. So he's saying that people always run away from him because they don't like to see his face. Mr. Lamb, they might not. You have to take the risk. So would they. So he's saying you have to not think in that way. You have to take the risk of coming here. And some people may run, some people may not. You only have to take the risk and start doing things, so that then only you will start understanding better. Derry, no, you would. You might have me and lose all your other friends because nobody wants to stay near me if they can help it. So he's saying that, he's telling Mr. Lamb, you have to take the risk, because if I come here, you are inviting me here, but if I come here, people will run away and then you will have no friends at all because nobody likes to stay with me. I have not moved. Then immediately Mr. Lamb says, see, you say people run away from you. Did I run away? I am here in the same place. Derry, no. And he agrees. Mr. Lamb, when I go down the street, the kids shout, Lemmy Lamb, but still they come into the garden, into my house. It's a game. And then he tries to explain his situation. He says that whenever he goes out into the street, the kids run behind him and tease him. They call him Lemmy Lamb and run behind him. But still they come to his garden for the apples. So he is saying it's all a game. You need to play it and you cannot run away from it. They are not afraid of me. Why should they? Because I am not afraid of them. That's why not. So he is saying that, see, I am not running away from me or from them. See, they are not afraid of me and I am not afraid of them. Why should we run away from each other? Derry, did you get your leg blown off in the war? Mr. Lamb, certainly. So Derry wants to know whether his leg was damaged because of the war, and Mr. Lamb says yes. How will you climb on a ladder and get the crab apples down then? Then he is asking, how can you climb the ladder with that tin leg? How is it possible to pluck the crab apples? Oh, there's a lot of things I've learned to do and plenty of time for it. Years, I take it steady. So he's saying that it is a long story. I've taken many years. It took me many years to practice for climbing and doing many other things with this leg. So now I am steady. I can do things in my own way. Derry, if you fell and broke your neck, you could lie on the grass and die if you were on your own. So he is saying that suppose you climb the ladder and fall down, you could break your neck and die, and suppose you were alone, there is nobody to help, this can happen. Immediately Mr. Lamb says, I could, yes, I could fall down and die. You said I could help you. So immediately Derry says, you told me that I can help you anytime if you want to. So Mr. Lamb tells him, yes, if you are ready to help me, you can help me anytime. But my mother will want to know where I am. So immediately Derry says, now I just entered here by chance. So if I have to come here and help you, first I would want to inform my mother because she does not know where I am right now. It's 3 miles home across the fields. I am 14, but they still want to know where I am. So he says that it is 3 miles from here to reach my home and it is across the fields. If I go across the fields, I can reach home. And I am 14 years old, but still people at home want to know where I am. People worry, people fuss. So immediately Derry says that yes, people make a fuss because they don't want to, keep me roaming about here and there. They always want to know where I am. And Mr. Lamb tries to tell him, yes, people at home are worrying about you because they want to know where you are. So what is the meaning of fuss? Fuss means worrying too much. So Derry feels that people at his home are worrying too much about him. So I hope you liked today's video. Let's look at the last part of this lesson in my next video. For more informative videos, do subscribe to Hello English Teacher. Like, share, give your valuable comments below. Thank you for watching.